2 months now. Re-election for he launched his presidential campaign 2 months ago. And our friend Benny Johnson pointed out a couple of interesting things. Let's see. He has had, so far, 0 campaign rallies. How about that? Next, please. He has had 0 events with his running mate, the Vice President, Kamala Harris. Is he really running for re-election? And also indicted political opponents on fake charges. Wow. What a campaign, Joe Biden. What a peculiar individual. I'd like to show you a clip that many people have not seen. It's from almost 50 years ago. Brand new senator. He's like 30, 31 years old at this point. Joe Biden, and boy, is he high on his own supply.
As the youngest member of the Senate, the one, therefore, who may expect the longest career there, I wonder if you'd say to us, since it's clear that you're not corrupt and you got elected, why should people think that the system produces corrupt results when there you are?
Well, I'm not sure you should assume I'm not corrupt, but thank you for that, though.
What a thing to say. You should assume I'm not corrupt. What kind of person says something like that? A smug guy who's hungry and greedy. Next.
The fortunate thing is I didn't have many larger contributors, and the only reason, see, I went to the big guys for the money. I was ready to prostitute myself in the manner in which I talk about it.
He was ready to prostitute himself for money. This is a guy, Maya Angelou, the libs love to quote her. When somebody tells you who they are, believe them. Everybody knows that Joe is not smart and has no integrity. He was basically a punchline in Washington, D.C. for a long time. His famous, disastrous first run for the presidency in 1987. Watch.
What law school did you attend, and where did you place in that class? And the other question is, could you quickly, I think
I probably have a much higher IQ than you do, I suspect. I went to law school on a full academic scholarship, the only one in my class to have a full academic scholarship. In the first year in law school, I decided I didn't want to be in law school and ended up in the bottom 2/3 of my class, and then decided I wanted to stay, went back to law school, and in fact ended up in the top half of my class. I won the International Moot Court competition. I was the outstanding student in the political science department at the end of my year. I graduated with 3 degrees from undergraduate school and 165 credits, only need 123 credits, and I'd be delighted to sit down and compare my IQ to yours if you'd like, Frank.
He said all those false things, all of those lies as a 45-year-old, fully grown United States senator. And back then, the media, they weren't afraid. They didn't care if you were a Democrat or a Republican. If you were a liar, they called it out.
Biden now concedes he did not graduate in the top half of his law school class, that he does not have 3 degrees from college, and that he was not named outstanding political science student in college.
Newsweek says Biden actually went to school on a half scholarship, ended up near the bottom of his class, and won only 1 degree, not 3.
Joe Biden ranked 76th in a class of 85 at the University of Syracuse Law School. I mean, this guy comes off this whole thing as a flyweight.
Now Biden says Newsweek is right. His memory had failed him.
Yeah, Joe actually thought he could talk his way out of this. Again, back then, the media were not afraid, and they let him have it. He thought he could survive this. Watch.
Feel you're able to control, to put in the vernacular of your mouth, that you can think before you talk?
Well, I've been in this business for 15 years. I let my record of 15 years versus the transgression that you're referring to stand, and you all can make that judgment. I feel very capable of using my mouth in sync with my mind.
Wow, that looks familiar, doesn't it? Who saw that movie, The Shining, right? The same look. It's the same look. There's something wrong with Joe Biden.